outside of the city and have my cows and chickens. But that's one day. I hope the day will come soon. But so far, no chickens yet.
No, just so I would one of the reasons why I had to I was basically in the nick of time. I would my internet was maybe I've told you before. We live on a farm on land outside town, and I relay my internet. I've got a fiber connection inside in the town, and I relay it wirelessly, and I had new antennas installed basically like 15 minutes ago, and I now I've got a 200 megabits up and down, and so
That's amazing. I mean, us men are very simple creatures. I mean, that excites me so much, man. When we did fiber cable at, my apartment, I was the happiest man alive for a couple of weeks.
exactly. Now I had thinking I had we my connection was first it was a 10 megabits and a 2.5 upload, and it was very expensive. And now I'm on a 200 megabits up and down for the same price. But I've got a yeah.
That's awesome, man. I mean, here in
Okay.
the office, it's not really good. I think it's the same thing at 10 download to upload, but at home, I've got 100 up, 100 down. So, I mean, we're Gucci. We're good.
Okay, yeah. So
All right, man.
let's
Let me just
but
we can we
we
can
can kick it
begin very
off.
quickly.
Yeah.
Okay, Ken. So the first thing, obviously, I want to talk to you about is can you share me your screen, the all of the things that you were assigned to do while
I'm gonna
we
tell
were.
you, I'm gonna honestly, I haven't done the what should we call it, the icon, the um,
This like the profile picture.
the profile picture. I haven't done that. I haven't done the profile picture, and I haven't done and that's why I thought I should have just get you one day later. But I've joined a couple of. Let me share my screen with you. I'll show you my screen. Just see.
Okay, so that's the least important thing. The most important thing are the profiles. So did you do the profiles that we were talking about, the LinkedIn, the TikTok, and everything else?
No, I haven't. You wanted me to do to make the profiles. Let me just go smooth that screen. Where is that one? That's not going on there. LinkedIn. It's actually I haven't done anything. I haven't other than the. It's not really a use but I've gone on this. I've went on this. Found this. What should we call it? This
You're
groups.
going to get a high return on that
Okay,
investment.
but I
Okay,
mean,
then
I
join
mean,
5 to 10
this
plus
I
groups.
don't want
Now,
to. This. I mean, this was the most important thing. So I mean, really, like I mean, at least by the next time, you have to do it because I mean, this isn't like an optional maybe thing. This is the 40% of the what you will get your clients from is just people looking at your profile. So I mean, you really need to. You really need to. I mean, do this again. I don't want to pry, so I don't know.
Yes,
If
okay.
you have personal things, but just seriously, like it's what we the last time, this time, and the next time are the core, the most important things of what will actually bring you in money. And I mean, if you can't, it would have taken you like a couple hours. So I mean, really, by next time, I mean, genuinely, you have to do it because this is so important, right? I gave you the links to all the profiles, how to make them. So
I
just by the next time, please have it done.
I know. I'll definitely have it done. It was just. I know it's excuses, all that stuff. Yeah, but yeah, it was. I haven't done them. This is the current, and I've got the. You sent me all the different. Or let me just get. I'll open that the Word documents that you gave me. It's. Like, okay, got it. It's TikTok. Alex Hormozy. You know what? Many years I got a. I even forgot. I have TikTok, and I've got a TikTok profile, and I've got like 3,500 followers on TikTok because a couple of years ago, I used to make videos on TikTok as well. Every day, I made one video a day, and I just with captions. Um, and I just and I was surprised at how how fast the I got followers on TikTok.
Yeah, I mean,
It was,
followers on TikTok aren't unnecessarily really representative of how much business you'll get because, people on TikTok just follow everybody, and it doesn't necessarily mean like YouTube that'll actively show them your content. So I mean, you can have zero followers, but have good posts, and then that's the most important thing.
let me just see. This was my or something 360. Yeah, this is it. I used to do this. This was more
Take a
than
tip
this was
from a
about.
boomer. It's a cock.
It was about today, almost 2 years ago, was the last time I made posts. But I used to make all these sort of just simple things.
But I mean, okay, this is cool. So you're accustomed to it. So that's great, basically.
Yeah,
That's you don't have to, so again, the time that it would have taken you. So you have all the profiles. So it takes you an hour and a half to do this, everything that we talked about. So really, like, this is really, really crucial because when you get leads coming in, so many of you will not do business or do business with you because of your profile and because they're interested in, the thing you represent, and your, especially the kind of the, helping business like yours make an impact on whatever. That's the thing that will either make or break the people that come into your, let's say, profile funnel. So okay, we'll do that. We'll
let's
do that
see.
next time.
You know what I see, for example, is I'm looking at all the people, the people that have that I've friended with Trey, and then I go and look at all that's you. There's
Yep.
and I just look at the people's. I'm looking at this guy for this person also sent me, and I don't see. I'm just look. I'm just looking, thinking this is what I do. I stalk people's profiles, as you say. People look at the profile, and I look at Connacht profile, and I just see there's just occasionally there's a post. I don't see. I don't see.
But this is good. I mean, this is good. Okay, so but he's funneling people into the Facebook group, but his profile is good. I mean, this is a good profile with a call to action, very clear what he does. This is a good thing. Obviously, he isn't very active or successful by gauging how many people he has in his group, but it doesn't necessarily mean that his profile isn't good. His profile is good. So I know it's with you, and I really think this is your biggest problem. Is you have the kind of perfection fatigue, which means you will look, and I mean, I had this as well, so this is why I'm
Yeah.
I can personally talk to you. You can analyze a million profiles and a million videos, but the thing is, you will never, and I mean never ever, learn or succeed unless you do and fail and do and fail and do and fail.
Exactly.
There isn't you can watch a million hours of videos and it won't prepare you for the problems and challenges that you face. So start now, start imperfectly, because nobody's perfect. If you watch Trey's videos, they suck in the beginning. If you watch
Yep.
everybody's first videos, they absolutely suck. But the point is, look at where they are now. So they are thanking their younger self that they actually started. So I promise you, stop looking at other people's profiles. What I'm telling you is verified and actually functional, because I do it personally. So I wouldn't tell you to do anything else than what I'm doing. So it works for me. It works for other people in in the program. So I promise it'll work for you. So you don't have to double check, triple check other profiles. And the worst thing is, something doesn't necessarily go wrong, you just tweak it. But now you have nothing to even tweak off of because you haven't even begun. So just beginning is the biggest thing. That's what I can tell you.
Okay, so now what I want to do is, this is, if I type the Connacht's name, this is his. Maybe did he make a second profile? Because I mean, I got my if I type my name there in, I can make another profile on Facebook with something similar to this.
Well, why would you? Why? I mean, what was the
Uh,
point of that?
no, I'm just asking. I'm not sure because yeah, I'm just thinking of my I've got my Facebook profile, you know, like for since 2007, and I mean I don't want to be.
No, look, okay, I'll tell you. I would advise in most cases on most social media profiles to do this. But the problem with Facebook is, um, if you do that, if you make a new profile and start adding people and outreaching, they'll ban you instantly. They'll ban you instantly because you're a new profile, and they'll immediately know that it's spam cold outreach. So, I mean, if you're professional and have recent professional posts, like if you have some family pictures or pictures with friends, just delete them. Like delete them, and nobody's even going to be looking at you if you have new, fresh content. But your
Nobody
since
cares.
your Facebook is yeah now if Facebook is warmed up, so I mean your Facebook now since it's warmed up, you can send as many requests as you like. But if you make a new one, it'd be a problem. So I have my personal Facebook that I've had since like 10 years ago when I was what 10, 12. And so I have pictures when I'm 15 in clubs, drinking. So obviously that's not good. So I made a
Yep.
new profile, but I made it like a year and a half ago. And I was warming it up for like 6 months. And so I don't want you to go through that 6 months when you can obviously start doing it now. So, I mean, there is nothing, in my opinion, unprofessional in your profile, unless you have some like drinking pictures and stuff like that. Maybe remove those. But anything else is, family is fine. Everything, people appreciate authenticity. That is just not just a business profile.
Yeah, no, that's why there's nothing. I don't have anything. I'm just looking. I'm kind of photos and stuff like that. This guy's like me. It's a
Yeah, I mean, no, nobody really cares. I mean, Trey
yeah.
has
Nobody
pictures
cares.
with his mom and his girlfriend and his sister. So I mean, it's not a problem. Again, everything just LinkedIn maybe another story, but Facebook is it's a personal. It's not really meant for business. It's meant for friends and
Yeah.
connections. So
Nobody cares
nobody really
anyway.
minds.
Nobody cares anyway. So
Yeah,
so
nobody cares.
nobody cares.
So okay, well, this is a good profile. So look at his banner picture. If you scroll up, his profile picture and his banner. This is a very like nice, clean, very direct. So this is you can bookmark it. So this is a pretty good thing that you may find useful later down the line. And okay, so basically the profiles. I think I certainly gave you the advice last time, and I sent you the thing, so you have it all figured out. So
Yep.
basically, I mean, you're very, very much in luck. You're very much in luck because today we definitely won't have as long of a you know lesson as we usually do because I'm currently figuring out LinkedIn automations for myself and for my business. And so again, you're in luck because next week when I have it figured out, I can actually teach you this. You'd be the first person in my program that actually I teach the LinkedIn automations to, and also SMS automations, which are, I mean, this is for me revolutionary. I think obviously as a coach, I enrolled in a coaching program for this, and this is I think it was $5,000, and I paid it like 3 days ago, and I mean, so far if he asked me to pay 20, I'd pay $20,000 for it because what I'm with this business, I know for a fact that in 7 or 8 months, I can make $1 million per year, 100%, 100%, because this is, I mean, revolutionary. So they'll show you Facebook automations and Facebook outreach. So how do you do it? But the next time, um, you'll be the first person to be taught SMS and LinkedIn. So next time it'll be slightly more, how do you say it?
Let me just put my
In depth.
phone on flight mode. So I'm just
No
okay.
problem.
It's phone. Okay, this from flight mode now.
Okay, so Facebook automations. So there's good and there's kind of bad things. The bad thing is there are a ton of Facebook accounts that are just like from India, Pakistan. They can't afford your service and they're not real estate agents, but they just join all the groups. I mean, all the groups are full of these people, and so obviously the problem with Facebook automation is since you can only send 50 friend requests per day, if 25 of those 50 are people who aren't qualified, you're just wasting your time. And so I would recommend in the beginning to actually do manually, and it will take you, I'd say, about 3 hours maybe to do it, but since you have a couple monitors, you can do it on one monitor this, and because you don't want to spam, so you want to send a friend request and a message, then wait 3 or 4 minutes, and then do that 50 times. So it takes a couple of hours, but it's not really like intense mental thing. So you can do another task while you're doing this, and just copy paste the message into the other person's inbox. And so I'll show you how to do it now. So don't close the tab since you're already on Facebook. So you should again join ideally where your clients hang out. So since they are real estate agents, you should, for example, join real estate agent groups or beginner real estate agent groups. So, okay, have you joined any groups
I have, yes.
regarding real estate?
I
Okay,
have,
join.
yes.
Okay, just go to one group. So I'll show you how to do it.
So let me say, this is the kind of groups there where this is a group where a lot of real estate agents will be advertising in this group. So
Okay, that's awesome.
it's not necessarily it's private. There can be private owners as well, private sellers, but it would be mostly I think estate agents themselves.
So what you do is you go to friends or members rather. No, go to members. You scroll up.
Let me just change it to English for you. Just a moment. Okay, that should be in English.
Okay, so you go to people. And you scroll down slightly and you see members with things in common. So that's the first thing. So members with things in common means that you are either, have many groups that you're in together, or you have mutual friends. Now, the reason why this is important is when you have mutual friends, Facebook will allow you to send about 50 per day. Now, again, you shouldn't start with 50 because I told you last time, the Facebook tracks your last 2 weeks of activity. So start with, I don't know, start with 30, and then, after 2 weeks, do 40, and after a week, do 50. And so basically these people are, again, you can see 8 mutual friends, 5 mutual friends. And so Facebook will allow you to contact about 50 people per day if you do like 3 to 5 minutes, just from each other. But the thing is, your message should differ slightly so Facebook doesn't recognize it as spam. So for example, there's a pretty good message I got the other day. So it goes, "Hey Peter, if I guarantee to book you 60 appointments within 3 months," I'm sorry, I can't read, I don't have my glasses. "If I guarantee to book you 60 appointments within 3 months, and if I didn't, I'd refund you whatever you paid me plus $100 for wasting your time. Backed and signed by legal contract, of course, so you know it's legit. Would you be interested in learning more?" So maybe it's a little direct, maybe it's not an ideal message, but it's just kind of a good gauge of what a quick Facebook message should sound like. But the thing is, you can't just send this to 50 people because Facebook will obviously ban you since, same message 50 times. So the number one thing that is differing is obviously the name. So it's "Hey Peter, hey Grove, hey Mary, hey whatever." So that's the first point of differentiation. And so what I do is I open notes on another tab.
Yeah.
And I make this message, I make 25 variations. And so for example, the variations can be, "If I guarantee to book you 60 appointments within 3 months, you write 59 appointments within 90 days. So for example, so you just slight variations, and you don't necessarily have to make 25. That's a bit overkill. I'm just really, really careful. But make 10, for example, and then send those. You go down the list, and then when you finish 10, you go down the list again. So you have 10 variations. You're not sending 50 of the same message. You're sending 5 of the same messages 10 times. So that's 50. And so what you usually would do, and what I do, is you look at these people, and obviously you should look if they're qualified. So they should you know, they should probably, you're in South Africa. So, okay, they shouldn't be Indian or Pakistani or, these people and bots, they're just spam groups. They should be preferably American, or since this is a kind of a South African group, they should be from South Africa.
Yes.
And so you see these people, okay, and then you don't have to necessarily click on their profile. You can just kind of hover over the name. So put your cursor over somebody's name. And okay, this isn't really maybe necessarily efficient, but go over Dazi. Dazi is the fourth person. Dazy. It's up above.
But that one. For...
Okay. For example, go back to Neil. So it says Neil's title here, but again, I'm not necessarily familiar with titles in real estate. So you should gauge people who are probably self-employed or are kind of people like yourself. So if they're working at a giant organization making I don't know how much money, obviously they're not necessarily people, but this is really personal to you. So I can't really tell you how you would search for your ideal prospect. For example, I just know.
Yeah, this guy's an ideal prospect. He's the owner of a franchise. He's probably got anything from 2 to 20 agents working for him. For I could look at his.
Okay, and so for example, you just know. I mean, as a person who knows your niche, I can't really tell you how you would search for your ideal. But okay, if you said he's good. And so what I usually do, I'm sorry, let me just close the window because people are doing construction. And so what I do and what I find the easiest is literally just open 50 tabs. That's what I do. It takes you maybe 20 minutes to find the right people. You open 20 tabs, and then every 3 minutes, you go to the person, you send them the message and add friend, and then close your tab, and then you go on to the next. And so the reason, Facebook automations would be awesome right here, but for me, what I found is, again, when you automate, it would be awesome, but no Facebook automation software has this for some reason. There is like maybe a checkbox beside the name, so you can check the 50 people who you would like to, the software to DM. The problem with the software is, okay, you can input, what the traits of the person you'd like, but there is no geography, So if people again are from India, they'll just send a message to them, and so I'd rather do it manually. And I know the 50 prospects are good, rather than just letting it run in the background and maybe 20 are good, maybe 20. And 3 hours to me is worth it. Now, is it worth it to you? I do not know. But again, certainly if the software, the people develop it better, so you can checkbox the person that you would like that to DM, I will message you because I'm, searching for a program that does it, so I can, unburden my virtual assistant with those 3 hours of really unnecessary work.
Yep.
And so this is how you would do Facebook. Now, also the very important thing with Facebook is you won't believe how quickly people so if you send 50 messages per day and 50 friend requests, you will get 7 to 10 people accepting it. And so let's say 8, for example, that's 240 people per month. Those are loads of people. And so what you should also be doing is, I made you kind of a quick content planner, but there is on Facebook and LinkedIn, these are very specific business posts, and it's like just a picture of like nature. It doesn't necessarily have to be you, just a regular picture, because on LinkedIn, if you put just text, and people are just posting pictures and then you have a wall of text, nobody will read it. But if you have a picture and then text above it, people will be significantly more interested in looking at you, even though the picture has really nothing to do, just like a landscape picture. But the thing is, those posts should be along the lines of, you should have pretty long copy. So you should have, you should write some, really good, interesting stuff. But the most important, the best thing is, for example, in my space, the coaches who teach SMMA guys and stuff like that, they write very simple, a picture, and above is who's interested in getting leads for $2 per lead. And they just get blasted with replies. And so what you should do is, since you're getting 240 friends per month in 3 months, that's over 700 people. Out of the 700 people, 50 will be interested. And of those 50, you can land 2 clients for free. So for doing nothing, for just taking 10 minutes to post. And so Facebook, while doing outreach, should also be about building up the base, nurturing them with your content, and having that one call to action post, which is basically, you know, whatever it is that you offer specifically for cheap, and just to get them on the call. If the best thing is booking calls, because if you can fill out your calendar with calls, it's very easy to hire a sales guy for $1,000 per month. It's super easy to do it. And if this guy, if he takes 10 sales calls, and they may be unqualified, but well, let's say 1 in 20 he closes. So that's very low. That's 5% closing rate. You're great, because you pay him $1,000 and you per person made 2,500. And so if that's
No,
so
exactly what you mentioned. Initially, I think I mentioned you before 2 years ago. So when I went this so-called Facebook to go thing, and I thought before we met, I thought probably my biggest pain is to get people to speak to people, to get contact with people, to speak with people, and then to close them. And then afterwards, I can go and run around and learn how to do whatever. It's just a matter of getting them
just get them on a call. Just get them on a call.
Get them on the call.
Even if you wing it, so you don't have a sales script, you don't have anything. In 100 people, you'll close one out of blind.
I just want to speak
just
to
numbers. So that's the most important.
That's the most important thing.
So, also, I can thank you, because I usually don't have time to watch really long form content from people I don't usually follow. And you said, watch the latest Alex Hormozy video. And I did. And I watched it yesterday. It's such a valuable video.
Exactly.
It is such a valuable video.
It's what you mentioned as well.
I mean, I'm already kind of doing what he's talking about. But again, now I'm working on hiring another coach, because I can't scale anymore, because my calendar is booked with qualified calls. So I mean, that's the bottleneck now. I mean, excellent. I can't get more clients on board. I mean, yeah, those are how my mother said, those are sweet troubles.
That's sweet troubles. Excellent. Happy for you.
And so
excellent.
Yeah, but the thing is, when I hire another coach, I'll go full on, and that's what you'll be doing from the beginning. So as I said, I have it pulled up right here. So TikTok will be 4 short-term videos. On Instagram, you will post 3 of those 4 short-term videos, right? So you don't have to create new content. You can repost it. You don't have to write anything down. I'll send this to you. And then on Instagram is also great. You can post stories. And so on Instagram, you should post like a valuable story. So what you said, you walk around with your camera. It should be maybe 30 seconds. So 2 stories of 15 seconds. And then the last story will be like a screenshot of your post on Facebook, that I said, with a picture and stuff. But the great thing with Instagram now is you can post links to whatever. You can post links to your stories. Excuse me. But the best thing is you can disguise links, as in, it won't say facebook.com/grove. So nobody wants to click on that. The link can look like click here to learn how to get $1 leads. Right, that you can make the link whatever you want. And so stories have become a really, really powerful tool. So you'll use stories here as well. On LinkedIn is you take your best short-term video, so which either perform the best or the one that you think is the best out of the 4 that you recorded for TikTok. One long-term video, that is the thing that you post on YouTube, you also post on LinkedIn, because LinkedIn also likes long-form content. And the picture with the long copy. So the thing I said with Facebook, you post on LinkedIn. Facebook, best short-term video, long-term video, picture with long copy. So LinkedIn and Facebook are identical. And this is about 100 pieces of content per week. So again, I'll send it to you. But this is flywheel. You're omnipresent and you're just attracting leads. But what we'll do for you is, and that's the best thing, it takes a while to get things going. And even if you get no clients now, in 6 months, it'll work. But what we will do with Facebook automation and now LinkedIn automation, that I'll teach you next week after I learn a bit more about it personally, is you can speed up the thing. So you can forcefully show your content to people and some people will stick. And so for very cheap, you can, let's say, force them to watch your content, and some of them stick. And so then you kind of snowball into, okay, LinkedIn sees people like your post, so LinkedIn will promote it, and you're also bringing outbound people forcefully into your flywheel model, and so you're just spiraling out of control. So that's, that's the plan.
My biggest, I'm just wondering, what the hell will I be able to, what will I be talking about if I make 8 pieces, content, or just take, I mean, I don't have to reinvent the wheel. There's many other people that make videos. Just go and see what they're doing, and I just copy what they're saying.
You don't have okay. This is, I mean, now since you haven't done your homework last time, you'll have double the homework today. But this is your let me just write it down. Okay, so for homework, and I'll send this to you.
Okay, thank you.
In Excel, like a Google Docs sheet or an Excel sheet. I mean, this is what we do. You'll make a content planner. So this is very important. So this will save you so much time. If you do this on the weekends, you have a very straightforward, narrow path to success, because there's no, wobbling around. What will I record today? Then you won't record anything because you're wasting so much time. No, today I'll recording this, and this, and it's very, very, very simple. What I do is for my content, I just go and look at the best performing videos on for my niche. But also, this is a bit of an advanced strategy. I know exactly what will go semi-viral on YouTube in my niche, and what just simply will not go. But for example, my last video was the best video. It got like 40 views. It has like 40 views now. I have like 8 subscribers, and the thing is, because I know everybody's searching how to make money with SMMA. That's a viral post immediately. But there are also people in 3 months that will search for LinkedIn outreach and Instagram outreach. And I know for a fact that it's not popular now, but when somebody finds it, 2 months down the line, they'll be like, hey man, this is an awesome video. Thank you so much that you posted this, and they'll be subscribers. So while I'm doing YouTube, which is long term, I'm playing an even longer game, which is, I want people now that come to me. So this is the kind of virally posts, but also that are very nitty gritty and boring. I know people will find valuable, maybe not right now, but once they kind of search through my channel, they'll find the video super valuable, and then they'll be warmed up even more. So just look at 10 people that you look up to, that are in your niche, that you will find useful, and just copy them. I mean, again, don't just regurgitate what they say, but get inspired by them. That's what I want to say.
Yep. I've been looking at Alex Hormozy, the last video. Yeah, it's. I'm just thinking of actually what and they said many people, you have to go. I can teach people what I know. It's easy for me to talk about Cartran because I'm doing it myself, but there's a lot of things in real estate that I haven't done, that is not relevant to what my particular niche was doing, and it just I have to just go and look at. There's people that I follow that's in real estate that make videos, coaches, real estate coaches, and so yeah. I just I'm just thinking. I don't make sense. I'm not making sense to myself.
No, I understand what you want to say. Just kind of thinking out loud. Well, let me just ask you a selfish question. Can you just regarding Kartra? So you said that basically you can make a landing page, and when somebody enters their email, you can make email automations in the app, and the emails are whitelisted, so they won't go to spam.
Yes, correct.
I mean, that's really. And can you embed a Calendly link into the page, and like a Google Calendar link?
Yes.
Because that's what I need primarily.
You can do that in Kartra.
And how much did you say? It's like $100 per month.
It's $100 per month. So how it works is it's an affiliate system. So if you go and you sign up, for example, if you sell Kartra, if you sign up, let's say you sign up through me, you're going to pay $99 per month. If you sign up through Kartra's website, you're still going to pay $99 per month. But the only difference is, so if you sign up through me, I'm getting an affiliate commission for.
Yeah, no, I know
But
when
but anyway,
I'll do it. I'll do it in about a month and a half when we kind of restructure the team a little bit. Then I'll DM you
but
so you can send me the affiliate link.
but what I like about Kartra is, I mean, I don't want to go, even just say it's off track. It is basically, it's everything in one. It's email automation. It is you can make your a broadcast message, and then you can, in your broadcast message is a once-off message. You can make automations in that broadcast message. If people do this, then that. They click on this, then this happens. You have subscribers to, for example, a newsletter or whatever, and they click on that, or they unsubscribe. Then there's automation kicking in for them to try to get them back. That kind of this is what's all
I mean,
happening.
that's absolutely awesome. So okay, so what I want to say to you is you really, I mean, this is kind of the make it or break it time. I mean, you want, this is a big deal. I mean, you have a family, want to make a big switch in your life,
Yep.
completely other career. So I mean, by the next time, so okay, by the next time, all of the things need to be absolutely perfect. So your offer needs to be nailed down. So during the week, if you're having trouble, DM me. So by the next time, it needs to be done. Even if I need you, over messages to help you, I'll do it. It's not a problem. So that your profiles with, everything that you need to, including the banner, including the profile pictures, including the everything needs to be done. Also the content planner that I asked you, that also needs to be done.
Can,
I'll remind you.
Would it be? I think I've seen on Fiverr and there's people that have a content planner. Would it be? Worthwhile having one of these people do a content planner on Fiverr?
But why? I mean, literally over the weekend, it takes you 30 minutes. It takes me 30 minutes. On a Saturday morning, I wake up, or no, Sunday morning, I watch a comedian's podcast. I turn on the podcast, I sit with a pen and paper, and on another monitor, I'm going through the people that I like, that I kind of aspire to be, and just write it down. It takes me 30 minutes. So I mean, why would you pay somebody if it takes you 30 minutes over the weekend? So I mean, you can, but it's your money. But I don't recommend it. Now, you need to get a feel for what works, right? So, and when you get so busy that you can't even think about it, then you can hire
Okay, I understand.
another person.
I understand.
So, and the next time I will show you the LinkedIn automations. I'll give you the specific messages for LinkedIn and Facebook automations, because, okay, since I paid this guy like $5,000 the other day, he'll give me some, good copy for LinkedIn and Facebook, and so I'll obviously send it over to you because like he cares, he just got $5,000, and so I'll send that to you. So basically, the next time we will, again, the nitty-gritty, and the time after that is launch time. So in 2 weeks, it's D-Day, it's launch day. So in 2 weeks we will have this content planner is just a test trial. So you'll show me how you would, basically how you would do it, and then the last week's homework will be a full week content planned, and then it's D-Day, then it's launch day. And so
Looking forward to it.
and that is, I mean, I'm very excited for you.
I'm looking forward to it. I mean, I can't wait to have my first client. But I have to put in the work.
Yeah, I mean, again, I'll tell you, and I mean, don't think this as some sort of critique, because this really isn't. But I mean, if you're having problems with just completing your social media profiles, my brother, you will drown in when you get sent out to the sea, let's say, because nobody's checking on you. You don't have a boss, you don't have anything. You're working on your own, and if you're gonna work 8 hours per day, you're going to get that amount of prospects. But if you work half an hour a day, which you could do because you're self-employed, you'll get the outcome will be proportional to the time you put in.
I understand.
So, and also, this guy, I'll also give it to you next time. The SMS automations, and so SMS automations are something that again I've never thought about until a couple of days ago. But essentially, you have a software that scrapes, from again mobile numbers for people that you would be interested in, and it's really cheap. It's maybe like $50 per month, and then the software for sending messages is I think like 1,000 messages per day is maybe like $8, like maybe less than $8, and so. But people open messages, people open text messages more than Facebook, more than LinkedIn, more than email. Like 70%, I think, text messages get read in the first 30 seconds or something like that. It's a crazy statistic. But the thing is, from those 1,000 people, I can guarantee you they'll get 10 calls. Now, these calls will not be nearly as qualified as somebody from Facebook, from LinkedIn. And so the kind of vast majority of these people will waste your time. But if you can, okay, put your head down for 5 hours every single day to just take calls, then what you can do is you can, in a week, that's 25 calls. Even if these are the most unqualified people on this planet, you can land a $2,500 client. And so in a month, that's 10 grand. When you have 10 grand, you hire how do you say it, a sales guy to just take your calls. And this guy can be an absolute moron, but if he'll work for 10 hours, I mean, he'll get you a client every 2 or 3 days. And so in a month, you're bathing in money basically. And so again, I can't do this because my calendar is already filled with people who are interested in what I do. But if I were, and I'm debating it, to expand into something that's maybe a little bit lower ticket, but it's just volume, blasting volume, I'll just hire these guys and I'll send 10,000 messages per day and I'll get 100 unqualified calls, but I'll get 3 clients per day. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Unqualified calls. And so in the beginning, you will be relying primarily on, I mean, the automations will be running in the back. So LinkedIn and Facebook will be running in the back, but the majority of your clients will be, or rather your calls will be from SMS. Now, these are, again, the worst type of clients. So unqualified, they don't know, you don't know them, but you're a beginner and you have to kind of, go through the mud a little bit, go through the trenches and, come out on the other side with some money. And then when you have money, you can become more pickier and you can invest into people that will just take your calls and, whatever else. So in the beginning, it won't be ideal, but the more you do it, it'll become significantly easier. Like I'm making more money in my life than I've ever made, and I'm working the least I've ever worked in my entire life. Because when you have money, money just solves problems, right? I don't have a CRM. I just pay a guy. I don't have to debate it. I pay a guy. I need a sales guy. Everybody wants to work for good money. So when you
Look,
have money, problems will
everybody,
just be solved.
anybody that says they don't love money is absolutely bonkers. Is it's
No,
and
to me, money solves money problems. Money
that's
certainly
true.
won't satisfy you. Again, I would, how do you say it in English? I would say a devout Christian. So to me, it's a slippery slope of, trying to not get materialistic while building an empire. I'm really doing this. I don't need the
Yeah.
money. Again, live pretty frugally. My dream is a family on a farm outside of the city. That's my dream.
Tell you what, if
But
I just want to say, if I drive a 2006 Hyundai Getz, and I bought it for cheap about 6 months ago. And if I get $1 billion in my lap right now, I'm still gonna drive my Hyundai Getz. I'm not gonna
yeah,
I'm
so
not I don't
that's Jeff Bezos. That's Jeff Bezos. He does that, and also like Warren Buffett drives, I think, a 2000 something car. He doesn't care. He's one of the richest people on the planet. He just doesn't care.
yeah. No, just like you. I mean, I'm not, nothing's gonna change. I mean, yeah, nothing's gonna change. Yeah,
Yeah. So to me, you need to stop focusing. I mean, I'm not saying you are focusing, but I want to even if you, I don't want you to begin focusing on the outcome because you'll never be more miserable when you say, okay, Grove, in this month you need to make $10,000, and you wake up next day zero, next day zero. in 30 days, zero, you will be depressed and miserable and want to give up. However, if you say, okay, Grow, these are my processes that you discussed with me. I mean, you'll have your processes nailed down. You need to finish this. And when you based your self-worth off of, okay, I have completed these tasks that are in my control, so I know 100% I can do these tasks, you will not only be happy by the end of the day because you've done what you needed to do. When you have the processes nailed down, the money will come. But if you chase the
Exactly.
money without a clear goal and without the clear, let's say,
The money
kind of
should be
pathway, and
the money should be a
the money
result of
is
the
the outcome.
processes. Yeah, it should be a
Yeah,
result
it's
of the
exactly,
processes.
it's a reward. It's not something that you chase. You do the task, you do the nitty gritty, and then the money will come. I promise you, because
Yeah.
that's what I told you. That's what I did. My first 3 months, I'll make 10 grand per month. After 90 days, zero, not a penny, and I was miserable, my friend. I was watching, SMMA 10K in 30 days, how to make 10K in 30 days, and it doesn't work for me. And it's because I wasn't nailing down the process. Every day I was doing something else. I was trying a million things, and nothing was really working. But I wasn't really trying, and I was miserable because the money wasn't in my pocket. But when I started, okay, you have work experiences, so you don't have trouble working, not at 8 or 10 hour days. And also, you have me as a mentor, so it's super easy when I, actually list exactly what you need to do. But for me, it was, you know, I do maybe an hour, so the money will come. Something it will just happen. And but when nothing happens, you're miserable, man. I felt dirty. Was this a mistake? Why am I doing this with my life? And then, boom, just do. I wasn't even working as much as I should have been. I was working 4 hours per day, but 4 hours beats 8 hours of not doing anything and just kind of scrolling around on the internet. So that's kind of my main thing.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, when I before we met, I had my processes every day. I have to put in the ads and I have to do this and that, and then I just knew repeat this. I repeat the process, and 6 or 12 months down the line, something will happen. The something will happen. So the same year is just stick to the process, and because I like it to do it as well, and then just you get your reward is because of the process of following the process.
Absolutely, absolutely, man. And again, I'm I'm sorry in the fact that I can't do more with you today, but I'm not
That's
sorry in
okay.
the fact
It's
that
my
you'll
fault.
be the again. No. Ultimate accountability. Everything's my fault, and then you can fix everything. That's a beautiful mindset to have. So no, it's my fault. But the thing is, again, restructuring the company, adding the LinkedIn and SMS automations, and again, you will be the first person in the program. You will be taught
Oh, thank you.
this, and I promise you that. I mean, you were stroked by luck. So
Thank you. You know what? I learned my oldest daughter. I've my oldest, it is when something goes wrong, it's my fault. It's not somebody else. It's my fault.
yeah,
You should go. Why are you late? You should have gone to bed 30 minutes earlier in the evening. It's your
exactly,
fault that you're
exactly.
late. Unless you're on a train or something where that you're on time for the train, but the train gets cancelled. Then
Yeah, that obviously. But I mean, the more things that are your fault, it means you can change them. If everything's just happening to you, you can change nothing. You're just the victim all the time. So
exactly.
again, next time we will do the Facebook, LinkedIn, and SMS. I'll give you the exact scripts to copy, so you don't have to,
Thank you. Thank you.
write things on your own.
Katra also
I
does
mean,
SMS.
no, well, actually, no, and that's kind of a different thing, because this is if somebody types, for example, if you have a newsletter, so join a newsletter and they type in phone and email, then Kartra is awesome. But this is for direct outreach. So
Okay.
this is
Good.
just, you can do it through Kartra, but it just, to me, in my opinion, just it's a wrong use case. This is meant to send people messages, right? And so I'll show you all of those
That's
things
okay.
next time. And so next time
We'll
we'll
get
have
to
certainly
that.
a little bit longer than usual, maybe 2 hours, because we have to go over everything. But I'm begging you, because again, your success is a reflection of me. But also, it's not a reflection of me if you don't do the
No,
things that I
it's
ask you to
my.
do.
I mean, I feel this is what I want to do, and if I don't do I don't do the work, and I'm not gonna, I can't. There's not gonna be any change
Yeah,
if I
exactly.
don't do
And I mean, you'll
the work. Yeah.
regret it, and I promise you, you will
I
be
re,
miserable that you didn't do it.
I feel like that I didn't do it. Yeah, exactly. That's
So again, for the next time, and so the things that I told you to do, the offer all of your profiles, and again, if you're having trouble, just DM me. I mean, within the day, I will respond. So I'll carry my laptop with me. You know, I usually plug in my laptop in the office, but I carry it home with me. I'll check it, you know, once in a while. So if you need anything,
you know
I'll respond. And
I wanted to ask you
yes,
I wanted to ask you about the offer, and that is, um, I said, you know, there's get you a close, get you one close per month extra, whatever. But I thought about going, and I've heard people say going niche down, blue, or you know, whatever,
yeah,
to
yeah,
the thing.
yeah,
And I thought if I want to niche down, I want to niche down to um, teaching people how to use Kartra to automate because my question that I wanted to ask is to ask an audience of estate agents, what is your biggest pain as an estate agent? What is it? Is it something that you're losing a question so that question, so for example, my biggest pain was, as one of my biggest pains as a estate agent was people, buyers and sellers forget about me. And how do you remind people? You have a system, there must be a system that you remind people. So my question would be, I don't know if it should be in a video format or something where I ask people, what is your biggest pain? And then I use those responses to formulate an offer.
yeah. I mean, okay. Do you think, like, be genuine question? Do you think, um, you know, teaching people how to use Kartra is a service that's worth $2,000 per month? And when I say worth, I mean that it can at least bring them 2,000 per month.
I
So it
think
can at
so,
least
yes. For me, it was definitely worth 2,000, definitely, for certain, for sure. For me, it was. It, it is. It was definitely worth it for me to learn how to use Kartra.
But while the Kartra things, why don't you maybe try to, again, I'm not an expert on Kartra nor real
Exactly.
estate, so I really shouldn't have an opinion on this. But just in my kind of layman's eyes, it just seems like it's maybe I feel like maybe it's not enough. But if you say it's enough, then it's fine. But why don't you try to think about, you know, teaching real estate agents the thing that I'm teaching to you right now, the kind of the flywheel model of posting content and content that works for real estate agents on social media. Why don't you include that? So, uh,
Exactly. That's
you
also
know,
what I
and
wanted to do.
okay. Let me just write this down.
So I wanted to teach how to use, Facebook ads, do correct Facebook ads, targeting, making videos. But thank you for mentioning the flywheel ad model. It is teaching people how to use Kartra.
Okay, let me just write something down that I'm going
Okay,
to
sure,
send to you.
sure.
Uh, okay, so the biggest thing with us is, I'm sorry, I dropped my pen,
Sure.
is formulating that done offer. So what I'll do is either today or tomorrow, I'll send you a Loom video of basically I'll make your offer and I'll send you a videos on the flywheel model for real estate agents. So I'll help you to the point where I will make the perfect content calendar and kind of content planner for real estate agents. So you can just give it away. So just, you know, when you're dealing with your clients, you can teach them what I'll give
Oh,
it to
thank
you
you.
in that video. So I think no problem. So I think that using Kartra and using this is a 2,000 per month offer. They'll repay itself in a in a couple of months. But again, I'll send it to you during the day or tomorrow, and I will send you the homework. So because the offer needs to be nailed down, it needs to be nailed down. And so, getting inbound leads with the flywheel model and keeping and warming them up with car chain automations, that's a hell of an offer. That's a good offer. And so I'll help you write that out, or rather I'll just write out for you. I'll send you the video, and I'll send you the links of what the people that I want you to watch to kind of learn the thing from.
Yeah, because I'm currently reading that book from Jordan Belfort.
I'm familiar. I don't really. I haven't read him, but I know of him.
Jordan Belfort is the wolf, the way of the
Jordan
wolf.
Belfort.
Yeah.
Oh, Jordan. I know. I heard the other. Yeah, the Wolf of Wall Street. Yeah, I
The
like
Wolf
that
of
guy. I
Wall Street,
like Jordan Belfort.
the way of the wolf, and it's an interesting book. I just want to also and it just talks currently about it's about trust. People have to trust you. They have to trust you. They have to trust the product. They have to trust the company. They have to. It's a personality, and then so this is currently where I'm. But I just want to look. I shouldn't be even looking at other people's profiles. Facebook profiles. But this is the guy. This is my first coach that I paid about $3,500 for. And this guy has blocked me on Facebook. I can only see his Facebook profile when I go in incognito mode. Because what happened was don't want to bore you with too much details, but he had a franchise called Facebook to Go, where this is how I don't know how I fell for this guy's offers. I bought twice into his offers, and it wasn't. I don't understand how the hell did I pay? How the hell did I? But anyway, and then it was just basically it was supposedly a Facebook where you go to businesses and you do their Facebook ads for them, but he never learned. Well, my pain is what I've just mentioned to you, is to get somebody on the phone and to close them on the phone. And that's what I know, and that's what I thought what I was going to learn, and I've never learned anything. And I just wondered how the hell this guy he fills up an auditorium, or Ola, whatever, you don't know what the English word, Ola, fills up like
the auditorium, yeah.
Auditorium, 200 seats for like a lot of money. I mean, for South Africa, probably for Croatian, it's like 600 euros for a seat per day.
That's a lot.
And his funnel is basically he gets people to a so-called free seminar, and he talks a lot of fluff about sales funnels and everything. And at the end of the day, he says, "I've got this coaching program, €3,500 euro."
It's a very scummy business model. It's a very scummy business model where people just get scammed out of the money legally, basically. And so, that's what I do. That's why I do coaching is personalized. It's actually valuable, and I'm not talking to like 200 people on a pre-recorded video. I'm listening to you, and I'm fixing your specific problems, which, I mean, people are similar in their problems. And, usually it's, kind of the same thing, but where it shines is where you specify it for that person. And so that's why obviously coaching, it's more expensive, it's more time consuming for me. Obviously okay, so if my service was $2,000, if my course was $900, I'd have to work 0 hours and I'd make more money, because it's so much easier to sell it than do this. But I mean, actually, I don't want to scam people. I like the people I work with. And so, I want you to succeed.
No, actually what I'm just looking at, I was actually waiting thought you were going to say me, don't focus. I'm focusing on the wrong things. Shouldn't be looking at other people's Facebook profiles or what this guy does.
Well, I mean, you shouldn't, but we're talking about it. So,
yeah. But okay, I'll finish talking about it. So yeah, but I've got my homework for next week.
yeah, and really, this is like, life or death. Take it very, very seriously. And if you need help, DM me. So again, so it's just so you understand how much, it's how much I care about your results. Like when you DM me, I'm not paid. I'm not obligated. I'm doing this on my free time. So when I'm at home, I'm responding to you and a couple of other guys. So because I truly want you to succeed. So don't drag my name through the mud just
No, no.
because you didn't do
The
something.
reason why I've wanted to message you in the past, but I'm too. I don't. The word reluctant is the English word. I'm not sure because I don't want to. I don't want to feel like this guy is coming and
No, no. I mean,
he's
obviously, if I mean, you can decide
because I
if the
feel like I'm
question is.
respecting your time and your
No, and I mean,
privacy.
I appreciate it. Obviously, like I don't have time to chat with every client, but if you need like a specific thing that you need help with and you can't figure it out on your own, then feel free to
Okay,
do it.
I've got to
Obviously,
tell you now what
like
my I got to tell you what's my specific pain. The pain I've mentioned before. My pain was, and you're going to do it in the process with our next meeting. My specific pain was to get people on the phone, to speak to people, as meant to get people to either phone me or contact me, get them on the phone and speak to people. And the second one is to have an offer that is easy to understand. I'm just using my older brother, for example.
I'm
He's also,
listening. I'm listening. I'm just
yeah,
writing something down.
he's an estate agent, and I just thought about telling him about Kartra, and I thought, how am I even my brother? I have to say the offer
Yeah,
in a simple. Doesn't mean that just because he's my brother, he's going to automatically want to be interested in. I still have. He's going to be. He is like a stranger from the street, whatever. He's a stranger
yeah.
that saw my video on Facebook or wherever, or on LinkedIn. I have to I have to frame my offer the exact same way for him as for anybody
In
else.
life, in life, everything is selling. When you talk to your kids, you have to sell them on eating healthy. You have to sell them on getting to sleep on time. You have to
Yep.
sell them on being good at school. So everything is selling. And when you realize that, a lot of things crystallize. So when I was a teenager, I was not a good guy. So I was when I was arguing with my parents, I had to sell them to let me go outside with my friends. And so I would, study for 2 days, get a good grade on that day, so I can tell them like, hey, I get a good grade, I deserve a reward. And so then they'll be kind of like, obviously, we don't want to not let him out, because if you don't let him out, we're punishing him for getting a good grade. So we want to reward him for getting a good grade, right? So everything is
Yeah.
selling, and kind of it is a bit of manipulation, but if you're using manipulation for good, then obviously it's good. If you're getting somebody to buy something for $2,000, they'll bring them $10,000, then it's not scamming. But if somebody's selling you a course that's 3,000 and then it gets you zero, then obviously that is a different story.
Just a last sentence. I want to say for Konak. So what I like about he's basically, I think this is his whole offer in his headline. It basically just exactly says what he's doing. So
Yeah, and that, again, you'll do when I write you your offer again today or the next day. You'll do that the same. So do this. And by the way, he made this in Canva. Like I can because I can see I use the same templates.
yeah.
Make this in Canva, right? So you'll see how easy it is.
Okay, excellent, excellent. Peter, thank you very much. If there's anything else, I'm not going to take your time and
No problem, mate. Again, next time and last time, then it's D-Day, and in 3 months you'll be making money hand over fist.
well, yeah, put in the work and thank you very much and wishing you,
Absolutely.
as I always say, wishing you a profitable day.
Yeah, and as do I to you. All right, brother.
Okay,
And again, you'll hear from me soon. Bye bye.
okay, take care. Thank you. Bye bye.